Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Aisha Rashid Khan from Southern Business School, University of Southern Punjab, Multan. Today we are going to discuss our chapter number 5, the strategic role of HR. By the end of this lecture, students will be able to explain the strategic nature of HR beyond administrative functions. Understand the strategic partner model, Tyson's, Ulrich and Brocktank. Number third, discuss the concept of business partnering and its criticism. Number fourth, apply concepts of practical organizational scenarios. HR is no longer just about payrolls, hiring or employee services. Modern organizations accept HR to drive strategy, create competitive advantage and add value. This lecture explores how HR moves from transactional to strategic roles. For example, in the past, HR in a factory may have only ensured workers were hired and paid. Today, HR in the same factory works with top management to ensure talent development, innovation, and sustainability, all linked to long-term goals. Number second, the strategic nature of HR. Number one, transactional HR. These are the basic day-to-day HR activities that keep the organization running smoothly. For example, hiring new employees, organizing training sessions, ensuring legal compliance like labor laws, handling payrolls and employee services. These tasks are essential but mostly operational and do not directly shape the long-term directions of the company. For example, an HR officer making sure salaries are paid on time and employment contracts comply with labor law. Strategic HR goes beyond daily administration. It focuses on aligning HR policies and practices with business objectives so that people management directly contributes to achieving company goals, involving workforce planning, talent development, succession planning, and culture building. For example, if a company wants to expand into international markets, strategic HR ensures that employees are trained in cross-cultural skills, leadership pipelines are developed, and recruitment focuses on global talent. And there is a practical example. Coca-Cola uses HR strategy to ensure a global leadership pipeline. Beyond hiring, HR plans succession, leadership training, and culture alignment to maintain brand dominance. Number third, the strategic partner model. The strategic partner model, Tyson's early views, 1985. In 1985, Sean Tysons put forward an idea of HR professionals as business managers, not just administrators. This was 13 years before Ulrich's famous model showing that HR should play a strategic role in business success. Key features of Tyson's view: HR spotting opportunities of HR is not passive. It should actively identify new trends, risks, and opportunities related to people. For example, spotting a need for new technical skills when automation is being introduced. Understanding the big picture, HR should see beyond its own function and understand the overall business strategy. For example, finance, marketing, production. This allows HR to design people, policies that directly contribute to growth, innovation, or efficiency. Number third, working with top management for long-term strategy. HR must sit at the table with executives shaping long-term strategy, not just implementing short-term HR policies. This means contributing ideas about talent pipelines, workforce culture, leadership, and organizational design. And the example is Toyota. At Toyota, the lean manufacturing system, Toyota Production Systems, is central to its success. For lean to work, employees need teamwork skills, continuous improvement mindsets, problem solving ability. Here, HR leaders collaborate closely with production managers to recruit and train workers who fit the lean culture, develop skills building programs to support efficiency and quality, promote a culture of collaboration rather than hierarchy. Without HR aligning workforce capabilities to Toyota's lean strategy, the production system would not be as effective. This shows how HR acts as a strategic business manager, not just an administrative department. In short, Tyson's early view highlighted HR as a forward looking, opportunity seeking, and strategy focused partner. The Toyota example shows how HR directly supports operational excellence and long term competitive advantage. Number second, David's Ulrich model in 1998. In 1998, David Ulrich proposed that HR professionals should not just handle people administration but take on four proactive roles to create business value. Number one, strategic partners, and the role is that work with top management to ensure that HR practices, recruitment, training, rewards are aligned with the organization's overall strategy. This means HR is not reactive but actively helps implement strategic goals. For example, if a company plans to expand into a new market, example opening offices in another company, HR aligns recruitment and training to hire people with language, skills, culture, awareness, and global leadership potential. Without HR input, the expansion may fail due to lack of capable talent. And number second is administrative experts, and the role is that improve efficiency by redesigning and automating HR processes. HR should ensure that systems are cost effective, fast, and accurate, freeing time for strategic work. For example, an organization introduces HR management software to automate payroll, leave requests, and performance tracking. This introduces paperwork, errors, and cost, allowing HR professionals to focus more on talent strategy. Number third, employee companions. Role advocate for employees, ensuring their needs, commitments, and development are addressed. HR builds trust with employees and helps them adapt to organizational changes. For example, a company launches wellness program, mental health support, flexible work policies, fitness initiatives to improve morale and engagement. When employees feel supported, their loyalty and productivity increases. And number four, change agents. And the role is that help organizations adapt and transform in response to internal or external pressures. Technology, competition, restructuring. HR guides cultural change and ensures employees have the skills and mindsets to embrace transformation. For example, during automation, HR leads digital upskilling programs to prepare employees for new technology driven roles instead of resisting change. Employees are equipped and confident to adopt. And the third is Ulrich and Brockbank's 2005 expanded roles. Ulrich built on this 1998 model with Wayne Brockbank refining the HR roles to reflect the growing importance of people as a source of competitive advantage. They argue HR must be more than a support function. It should be a leader in business success and the number one strategic partner, and the role is that aligns HR strategies with business vision and mission. Involves being a business expert, planner, knowledge manager, and consultant. HR ensures people management is fully integrated into company's strategy. For example, if a company's vision is to lead in sustainability, HR creates strategies for green skills training, eco-friendly workplace culture, and sustainable talent practices. And the number second, to employ advocate, role to listen, understand, and emphasis with employees. Focus on ensuring staff feel valued, supported, and engaged. Builds trust and improve employees' well-being. For example, introducing flexible work policies, mental health support, and grievance systems to employees feel their concerns are genuinely addressed. Number third, human capital developer role, prepare employees to succeed in the future, not just today. Focus on career development, succession planning, and leadership pipelines. Ensure long-term organizational capability, and the example is that running leadership capabilities, academics, or mentorship programs to develop the next generation of managers and innovators. Number four, functional expert role, deliver core HR practices, recruitment training, rewards, and performance management effectively. Balance administrative effectively with innovative practices, differentiates between foundation practices, example hiring, pay and training, and emerging practices, example organizational design, executive development. For example, designing a modern performance appraisal system that links employer rewards to innovation and teamwork, not just individual output. And the number fifth is the leader role, lead the HR function and provide leadership across the organization, ensures corporate governance, ethical standards, and strategic thinking. HR leaders set the tone for organization capability and accountability. For example, an HR director introducing diversity and inclusion policies and ensuring they are embedded across all business units. And the practical example is that Google people operations. At Google, HR is called people operations to highlight its strategic role. HR is not just about recruitment, it is about shaping culture, encouraging innovation and collaboration, developing talent, offering continuous learning opportunities, driving engagement, creating a workforce where employees feel motivated and creative. This reflects Ulrich and Brockbank's vision, HR as a strategic leader and human capital developer, not just an administrative unit. Number four, business partnering. The idea of HR as business partners was strongly popularized by the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development in 2007. It means HR is no longer just an administrative function but is accountable to the business for creating measurable value. Instead of just focusing on processes like payrolls or compliance, HR contributes to business outcomes such as motivation, innovation, customer satisfaction, and profitability. Structure of HR under business partnering. Number one, shared services. Handle routine transactional deals, example payroll, benefits, and employee records. And the aim is to deliver efficiency and consistency at low cost. For example, a company uses an HR service center or online portal where employees can update personal details, request leave, or check payslips. Number second, centers of excellence, groups of HR specialists who design best practices, HR policies, and programs like leadership development, talent management, rewards. And the aim is to provide expertise that can be applied across the business. For example, a COE designs a global personal performance appraisal system that all business units must use. Number third, strategic partners, a small group of senior HR professionals who work directly with executives and business leaders. Their role highlights HR related issues, example skill shortage, succession gaps, anticipate workforce threats, example aging workforce, high turnover, shape people strategy to create competitive advantage. For example, at Unilever, HR business partners work with marketing to align people capability with sustainability. Goals ensuring skills for eco-friendly product innovation. And the criticisms of business partners term includes some leaders argue HR is not a partner. Just like finance or marketing, Tim Miller's Standard Chartered term is demeaning. Alex Wilson, VT HR must be inside the business, not just close to it. And the practical reflection, imagine if finance called itself finance partner. It sounds separate. HR should claim its rightful seat at the strategy table. And number 5th conclusion and the key takeaways, HR strategic role goes beyond hiring and admin. It's about shaping HR future capability. Model tie zones already show HR as strategic partners, change agents, employees advocates, and leaders. Business partnering emphasis value creation, but HR must be seen as part of the business, not just partner. The ultimate aim ensures the organization has the talent, engagement, and culture needed for sustainable success. Thank you.